Let's do one more shot here. In this case, it's a portrait shot, and it uses natural light. Natural light is great for its softness and its beauty, but it's also challenging because it's difficult to get the exposure right in the scene. You often have to make compromises. So in this case, let's start here. Here we have photographer Dan and Shell with this great natural light shoot, a pillow fight happening, but we had to make some compromises for the scene. Templates analyze the scene and make some suggestions. Notice how we can instantly choose and give this a quick look. I kind of like the light wash here. Just gently lifts up the light and gives it that nice, slightly desaturated vintage look. Now what I want to do is fix the exposure. Enhance does such a nice job of balancing out the exposure in the scene. And with a little bit of structure there, look at how the folds in the fabric come to life. Now, with Professional, we can use super contrast to recover contrast in the shadows and the highlights. And if we look at that before and after, just look at what a great job it's done of bringing things back to life. Let's go into Composition AI here, and we'll get the recommended crop, as well as check the verticals here because of these strong windows. And you see with one click how it got the perfect vertical alignment for those windows. I really like this. I'm just going to go a little bit lower to not crop at the knee. I think that looks good, and you're still free to transform as needed. Now, let's go back to Professional and take advantage of color harmony. This allows me to warm up the warm areas to bring out that color of sun. And with the separate areas for cool, notice how we can easily adjust the temperature there so the pillows have the color cast removed. Speaking of color cast, the color section also has a great remove color cast tool that you can use to go after tough color cast. So now we were really able to bring that picture to life. Let's go back to the catalog, copy that adjustment, and paste it to the entire scene. It's going to analyze each shot and make the change. And remember, when you click through to see the image, it'll do the raw decode, and then you'll see the adjustments applied. The grid view is just a preview. But what a great job it did. Look at how it fixed those verticals. Such an improvement in that scene. Here, let it decode. And it's just a touch strong, but it definitely did make an improvement. Well, I'm free to finesse. With one slider, I could back off that adjustment if needed. And you see, instead of having to go through and finesse every color and every slider, I could just adjust the global intensity of the effects with one tool. I also feel that a little bit of mystical glow here would really complete this with that strong backlight. And I can warm up that glow to fill it in. Now we've got a gentle light in the scene. Here's the next one, and this one's totally different lighting. In fact, I'm going to reprocess this. Let's go back to templates really quick and let it analyze. It's going to take a look at the scene and try to decide what's here. Now, there's a lot going on. This is a complex scene. I think I'm going to go with that object one and try to bring this to life. So let's do perfect macro. That just brought that texture of the wood and the feathers to life. Now with edit, we can jump in and quickly fix this, getting the right exposure and the right amount of detail. There's our before and after. As you see, it's super fast and simple. And when the AI processes and decodes the image, it's able to find things and fill it in. And those AI tools work great. Remember, FaceLight is the perfect addition to just help you find your subjects and lift them out of the shadows very naturally. Let's finish with one more photo. We're going to stick with photographer Dan and Shell and take a look at a lovely mother-daughter photo shoot. What I want to do here is quickly enhance a portrait. We're going to go with a very natural look. Under the Edit module here, we'll start and we'll actually go with templates first. Let's speed this up and we'll use a nice, easy portrait, and you see that high key really filled in the light quite nicely. Now from the Edit module, I'll jump into the Light tool where I could see the camera profiles. So if you don't see these, just download the free Adobe DNG converter, or if you've got Photoshop or other things plugged in, you're able to access it there. So I'll say camera neutral. Now those portrait AI tools come to life, and it's super easy to find the face to fill the light in just a little bit. We can also very quickly go in and brighten up the smile with the teeth. Put a little bit of color back in the lips. Even though the eyes are somewhat closed, I'm going to still enhance them a little bit and gently remove some of the dark circles. So if we look at that before and after, you see that it's a nice natural look. And now our image was able to get quickly adjusted in a very gentle and natural way. I'm going to stylize this slightly with that mystical glow. Just gives out a nice rich shadows and a gentle glow. And with Pro Contrast, let's make sure with Super Contrast here, we adjust the highlight recovery and the shadow contrast. And from Optics, if you're working with RAW, just click the Auto Distortion Correction to remove any distortion based upon the lens's recommendation. Again, go back to Catalog, select everything, and you can synchronize quite easily. Boom, it's all done.